one of the interesting and thought-provoking points from our conversation and discussion this evening is the view that HR actually has moved so far away from being operationally accountable for what we're doing with people and has moved too far into being the consultative, setting the frameworks and procedures, but actually not delivering and being accountable for how people are treated in the organisation. So that whole shift from it's HR's problem to manage the people through to HR is way too consultative and way too hands-off is an interesting challenge for the function.
The HR director today has a challenging role. I think in some ways many HR directors are distracted by the strategic issues that are going on around them. I view the HR director's role as very, very simple. One, it is to enable senior leaders and leaders at all levels in the organisation to understand what they have to do to make the organisation succeed and to provide them with the development to do that. And secondly, to put in place an HR support system that gives those leaders what they need to make it happen day to day. For example, effective performance management, talent identification as well. What I mean by making those leaders able to do what they need to do is to ensure that all of those leaders are capable of doing their job effectively and inspiring and motivating their people. That's what the HR director's job is about.
Well, I think increasingly the HR director is very much part of the cabinet responsibility of running a business. So the people dimension of the role is almost taken for granted. It's really about contributing to the overall strategy and business direction and less about only commenting on the people-related aspects of the business. And I think that's where the real traction will come in the HR profession. It's about being part of the overall leadership and not just speaking up when there's a people topic on the agenda.
The role of the HR director becomes more and more challenging, and as a result it becomes more and more interesting. It's not just about managing the people function, the HR function, it's about playing an active role as a member of a senior leadership team. And that's about building collaboration, helping other people within the organisation understand their role and their purpose, and providing leadership to everyone in the business.
But I think the key is going to be whether we can talk the business language. And I think that's where we've let ourselves down historically, is that we focus too much on what we think is right, rather than actually looking at it through other people's lenses. And I think we've got to learn that lesson. When we get that bit and we can put the two together, then I think we've got a real chance of making huge added value.
If you're an integral part of the business, you haven't got time to think about what you're changing into. You just go with the business as it goes and as it grows.
HR, human resources, it says what it is, but is that the right title for them? The role of the HR director is the same as the rest of the board and the business leadership team, but it's not just about the people, it's driving commercial success for your business.
Well, the role of HR has changed significantly in recent years. HR is no longer a single strand profession. It's really now a component of a business that should comprise of professionals that manage with the business and through the business, but focus on people-related issues. But it is not what HR used to be, which is a glorified academic version of a personnel function.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please feel free to visit the Alium Partners website for more information on interim management or subscribe to our YouTube channel here.